One Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, everyone. Let's start with Mangala Charan Prabhu.
Yes.
Om Ajnana Timrandasya Jnananjana
Jnananjana
Shalakaya
Chakshur
Chakshuru
Unmilitam
Milita
Yena Tasmai
Tasmai
Shri
Shri
Gurave
Gurave
Namaha
Namaha
Shri
Shri
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Manobhishtam
Manobhishtam Swabitam
Sthapitam Yena
Yena
Bhutale
Bhutale
Swayam
Swayam Rupa
Rupa
Kadamayi
Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam
Padankitam
Vandeham
Vandegam
Shri
Sri
Guru
Guru
Shri
Sri
Yuta
Yuta
Padakamalam
Padakamalam
Shri
Sri
Gurun
Guru
Vaishnavamsha
Vaishnavamcha
Shri
Shri
Rupam
Rupam Sagrajadam
Sagrajatam
Sagana
Sahagana
Raghunathan
Raghunathanvitam
Vidam
Tam
Tam
Sajivam
Sajivam
Sadvaitam
Sadvaidam
Savadhutam
Savadudam
Parijana Sahitam
Parijanasahitam
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Devam
Devam Sri
Shri Radha
Radha
Krishna
Krishna Padan
Padan Sahagana
Sagana
Lalita
Lalita
Shri
Sri
Vishakanvitamsha
Vishakantamcha
He
He
Krishna
Krishna
Karuna
Karuna
Sindhu
Sindhu
Dinabandho
Bandho Jagatpate
Jagatpate Gopesha
Gopesha
Gopika
Gopika
Kanta
Kanta Radha
Radha Kanta
Kanta
Namostute
Namostute
Tapta
Tapta
Kanchana
Kanchana Gaurangi
Gaurangi
Radhe
Radhe
Vrindavaneshwari
Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu
Vrishabhanu
Sute
Sute
Devi Pranamami
Pranamami
Hari
Hari
Priye
Priye
Vancha
Vancha
Kalpa
Kalpa
Tarubhyascha
Tarubhyascha
Kripa
Kripa
Sindhubhya
Sindhubhya
Eva
Cha
Cha
Patitanam
Patitanam
Pavanebhyo
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Namo
Namo
Namaha
Namaha
Jai
Jai
Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya Prabhu
Prabhu
Nityananda
Nityananda Shri
Shri
Advaita
Advaita
Gadadhara
Gadadhara
Srivasadi
Srivasadi
Gaura
Gaura
Bhakta
Bhakta
Vrinda
Vrinda
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare
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 Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
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 Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Rama Hare
Rama Hare
Rama
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 Hare
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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
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 Hare
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 Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna,
Hare
everyone.
Krishna.
Prabhu, thanks for giving the opportunity.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Already, I think last week you already did a revision of verse number 4. Whatever little I will try to do, Prabhu, from my side, with the blessings of all the devotees here, and if it could inspire someone, I'll be very happy for that. Okay, so we are in the sixth, nectar of instruction, verse number 4. Six loving exchanges we are going to see. Just going to recite this verse first. Datati pragnati guhyam akhyati prachati bhungte bhojayate chaiva sadvidam priti lakshanam. Translation: offering gifts in charity, accepting charitable gifts, revealing one's mind in confidence, inquiring confidentially, accepting prasada, and offering prasada are the six symptoms of love shared by one devotee and another. Okay, I'm just talking in terms of the context of this verse where we are. So, Upadesha Mritra is meant for practitioners of all Krishna consciousness. So, this word Upadesha means instruction, Amrita means nectar. Usually, instructions coming from a spiritual master is something like a nectar. So, but here the instruction is coming from Rupa Goswami, who is none other the spiritual master of all the spiritual masters. And we are accepting these instructions. So that is why we are all called Rupanugas, who are the followers of the teachings of Rupa Goswami. So this book is not just the instruction of Rupa Goswami, it is also, in the commentaries are given by our great acharyas like A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami and His Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Swami. So it becomes more nectarian, this particular book. So it has around 11 verses in it, which is going from, it is all going through the 9 stages of devotional service, like from Shraddha to Prema. So we have already seen few of the verses. So the first section of the three verses is talking about Shraddha or the faith. The verse one is talked about, I'm not getting into details of this. It talked about one who controls the six urges, who will be able to make disciples throughout the world. And the verse two is something talking about what are the obstacles someone faces in devotional service. So connection with the verse one is, we don't want to do such things. So one who wants to control his six urges, we shouldn't do such things. And what we have to do is talked in the verse 3. So this is where the principles that aid us to grow in our devotional services. Then if you see the next section of three verses is talking about the sadhu sangha, the association of devotees. Even in verse 2 and verse 3, there were a few words talked about the Sangha, the association. Basically, verse 2 said Jana Sangha, that is no association with world mindly people. And verse 3 had a word as a element called Sangha Tyaga, that is, we have to give up association of non devotees. Then, which already said that we should not be association of some set of people, then who should we be associated with? So that's detailed in the next three verses. So today we are going to see the verse number 4, which talking about the six loving exchange. That is exchanging gifts, sharing of hearts, and feeding one another. The verse 5, which is going to come further down the line, is going to talk appropriately how we should respect the different kinds of devotees. And verse 6 is how one should not see a pure devotee from the material vision. So this is the context and quick overview of the six loving exchange. So as I said, Rupa Goswami in this verse explains how one performs a devotional service in association of devotees. The six kind of reciprocating activities are Datati, that is offering gifts; Prajnati is accepting gift; Guhyam Akhyati is revealing the mind in confidence; Prachati, Guhyam Prachati, inquiring confidentially; Bhunkte is eating or accepting prasadam; Bhojate is feeding or offering prasadam. The purport Prabhupada also highlight how this is not just in terms of spiritual people or in the devotional line. It is also the same activities can be performed in the business or the social activities. These six types of dealings are necessary in those areas also. So I was just listening to a lecture by Gauranga Prabhu there. How he compares how business and bhakti, how it is being done, devotional service and business. So he says that if business people focus on the goal of the business people is to focus on the profit. Similarly, for an aspiring devotee, it is the bhakti. So how to progress in bhakti? That's what a devotee looks for. So for a devotee, what is his capital? His capital is the little shraddha, what he has, the faith. That's the capital which has to grow. So right from shraddha with sadhu sangha, this starts growing. We start remembering Krishna more, and that from sadhu sangha to bhajana kriya and bhajana kriya, then anarthi nivartam and nishtha. So that's how with more and more increase in our faith, our bhakti starts growing. And Prabhu mentioned that once you reach this nishta stage, that is the break-even point for any break-even point in a business. Similarly, is the break-even point in our progress in bhakti. So he compares these six loving exchanges are like the framework. Like in a business, also we do very many transactions like operations, marketing, finance, HR, and other thing. Similarly, for us to grow in bhakti, this verse gives the six framework in which we act, so that we can develop and grow in our bhakti. From the small shraddha, we start growing in the framework. So this will provide a strong foundation for us to progress in our bhakti, these six kind of dealings. And in fact, ISKCON has been established based on this principle. So they have to, this is to ISKCON provide the facilities for all its members to practice the six kind of loving exchange among the devotees. In fact, this Preeti Bhojayate, so it is nothing but the love feast. This is a concept which is started only in ISKCON, the love feast. So this is coming from this particular verse actually. So in order to have asat sanga tyaga, one has to practice this six loving exchange. Asat sanga tyaga means rejection of non-devotees. So we reject non-devotees, but we only have association with devotees. In fact, one of my takeaway in this verse was this: really associate means datati, this entire verse, the six things: datati, prajnati, bhungte, bhojate, chaiva, guyam, akhyate, prachati. So that's the real meaning. If I mean, practically, if you say we go meet someone, a devotee, another devotee, we ask them, oh, how are you? How are you? How is your family? How is your work? All these things. And then we say goodbye and go off. And later on, we say, oh, we had a very nice association. But really, that is not an association at all, unless we have followed any one of these principles. That is the real association. The real association means we should have some spiritual discussion, some knowledge transmission among the other things, and ultimately which leads to the heart transformation. So, okay, getting into details. So the first principle we are talking here is Dadati Prajnati. Not able to see my full screen here. Okay, that's basically offering and accepting gift in charity. So lovingly give what other devotees require and lovingly accept what is mercifully given. So it's basically a simple giving and taking exchange. So that such thing, there is a change in the consciousness. That's very important over here. And the example here for Dadati principle is given here is distributing the holy name is a sublime example of this. So one's willingness to receive a transcendental gift is the Pragnityate example. So basically, we have seen that with the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Jarikhanda forest, how he was actually distributing the holy name even to the various animals in the forest. So another aspect of important aspect of this principle is related to whether the gift, whatever is giving or whatever someone is taking it. So the two aspect is what is the intent of it and the content of it. So we all know the intent is to that is the key element in fact. So with the intent is basically giving it in a very lovingly, affectionately giving it to someone. So content is also important, but that is not the major factor. In fact, from Krishna perspective also, the intent of offering is more important. So we have seen that in the verse of Bhagavad Gita 9.26, which talks about Dadadi, it talks about Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati Tad Aham Bhaktya Ubahradam Ashnami Pradyatmanaha. So the important thing is one to give with devotion. So uprahatam, there is which is offered in devotion to someone. But even though it is said, content is not important, we should also have to give something. So not that we are giving something which we don't like, we want to pass it on to someone else, just giving off like that. So it should be have a real content which should be memorable and more. The person who's getting it should feel uh, it is really a memorable one for them. So examples we have already in the class, we have seen about how Sudama offered the chief tribe to Krishna, with the love and affection, and Krishna started giving so much wealth for him. In fact, it is said, one of the acharyas says that uh, after Krishna takes three hands full of, he takes one handful of chipped rice, and then so much wealth is passed on to Sudama's family. And when he was going to take the fourth hand of chipped rice, in fact, Rukma Devi Sahib says, you have given him so many wealth. Now Krishna feels that, no, I am indebted more to him because it is all what belongs to me I'm giving to him, but the chip price what he has given is actually he got it from others and he has given to me. So that's the more I am indebted to him more, like. And then the other example we have seen is the fruit vendor lady, how she was giving to the fruits to Krishna and how he returned with small grains. We already discussed that story last time. And some of the other examples is Krishna naming ceremony. Um, and there was another example which I found that I heard from another lecture talking about how Srila Prabhupada first accepted his donation. Just 1 second, Prabhu. Yeah. So the first donation someone gave to Prabhupada, what was it? It was actually a toilet rolls, and Prabhupada gracefully accepted it. Another example of this principle is related to what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gifted to Raghunath Das Goswami. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave two gifts to Raghunath Das Goswami. One was Gunj Gunjalamala and Govardhan Shila. So Gunjanamala and Govardhan Shila, he parted away with him. And Raghunath Das Goswami was thinking, why did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu give these to me? And then later on he realized that, oh yes, Gunjanamala represents Srimati Radharani. So that makes me to remember all the time Srimati Radharani. And then the Govardhan Shila is the one which I need to take shelter of. So anything we are parting away, like in fact, Govardhan Shila was so dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that he used to have it close to his heart. But he parted away that with Raghunath Das Goswami. So that's very important that we don't give away things that we have. I have two of these items, so one I can pass it on to other person. Especially if you see in India, there are a lot of weddings. If you go, so many gifts come, all are same. Like so many clocks we get, so everything will be clocked with that. So we have to give the any gift that would really makes a memorable one for those who are taking that gift. Another very important aspect on this principle is the Jnanadan, preaching. So this is like in terms of giving donations or something. So that is something maybe you may feel that I am, some of my I'm parting away some of the money. But whereas in the giving the knowledge to other, when we want to share the knowledge with others, it's only our own Krishna consciousness also grows. Okay, the next principle is Guhyam Akhyati and Prachati. So revealing one's mind and inquiring confidentially. So revealing to devotees one's confidential realization in bhakti and inquiring and hearing their confidential realization. So here an experienced devotee explains and an inexperienced devotee listens. So the key point we should always take into account to whom we are opening our mind, revealing one's mind to another. So he should be actually a known devotee, should be caring, a loving well-wisher, and should be able to give some shelter for us. So various examples we have seen in the class, like how example is like Narada Muni in Vyasadeva. It's discussed in the Bhagavatam. First, in fact, Srimad Bhagavatam, the origin of Bhagavatam is based on the discussion between Narada Muni and Vyasadeva. So Canto 1, chapter 4 to 6 talks about this. The episode where Vyasadeva feel so dissatisfied, despondence, and then his spiritual master Narada Muni comes there, and then he tries to find what is the uh, and in fact, Vyasudev inquires to him, can you tell me why I feel so unsatisfied? And then Narada Muni says, it is because you are focused more on the Purusharthas rather than focusing on the pastimes of Krishna. And then he explains his own pastime, how he became fully into a devotional service, how is his previous life, how he was the son of a maid servant, and goes on like that. And the another example Prabhu mentioned was about the Yudhishthir Maharaj inquiring with Narada Muni on the Grahastha life, and also the meeting of Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami with Lord Chaitanya. Another example related to Krishna and Arjuna. So I think these examples we already discussed, but I will discuss another example down the line. The three subdivision of Guhyam Akhyati can be seen as at the Kada level, that is hearing the stories. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always like to listen to various readings from the Bhagavatam, like from Sarup Damodara, Prabhu and Ramandarai, and also Mukunda Datta. So these people used to read from Srimad Bhagavatam. And the service level, Prabhu gave the example of the GBC discussions going on, where people, open up their heart and reveal things and how to improve. And similarly, each temple has, that the Janmashtami service coming up. There'll be a lot of service level discussion going on. And the personal level is one who opens mind with the spiritual masters and inquires how to find a solution for his problems in the life. So one of the pastimes I thought I will share in this year is uh, from Chaitanya Bhagavad. It is between Mukunda Datta and Gadadhara Pandit. So one day Mukunda Datta says to Gadadhara Pandit, "Today I will introduce you to a more exceptional Vaishnava. Actually, he belongs to my native place, that is Chattogram district. Probably, I think it is in Bangladesh today. Uh, so he takes to a house of a. So he has come to Navadip. So I'm going to take you there. So you will meet him there. So he takes this person, Gadadhara Pandit. Mukunda Datta takes Mukunda Datta, another, but actually is a classmate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he's also a disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he takes Gadadhara Pandit to the house of this person who is from this native village. So when they go into the houses, they see it's a big palace like a house, and we can see a person sitting on a brass bed with a lot of silk cotton, silk. He is wearing a silk dress, and his bed is so beautifully, furnitured. And besides him, he got a gem-studded pawn, where beetles and spices and betel nuts they chew. And he has two shining spittoons, and he has two servants fanning him with peacock feathers. So then Ganadhara Pandit says this, "Oh, what's happening here? Did really Mukundadatta bring me to a Vaishnava's place? This looks like is a prince in luxury." So this is what is going on in his mind. But Mukundadatta, even though he didn't reveal his mind, but Mukundadatta knew, understood the mind of Gadadhara Pandit, and then he said, "Okay, let me reveal really who is this person." So he starts reciting a verses from Srimad Bhagavatam. So of 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam related to a verse how, the Putana's incident, Putana, how she came to, Putana basically a demon who kills all the children, and he has come to kill Krishna, but then Krishna takes her milk from her breast, just like how from a mother, and how she was liberated. So when Mukundata started reciting this verse, this person just jumped from the bed where he was sitting and then rolled like a child. He tore his dresses, everything, and um, Gadadhara Pandit was taken over from this, the way in the ecstasy in which he behaved. In fact, even 10 people tried to catch him. He was just in ecstasy, jumping when he heard this verse. So, and ultimately he fell unconsciousness. So, what I'm trying to say is, so devotees, sometimes even without revealing things, other person will try to understand what is in the mind of the other person and try to help them out. So that's about Guhyam Akhyati and Prachati. And next is Bunkate Bhojyam Chaiva. So this is offering and accepting prasadam. This is the best part of Krishna consciousness in ISKCON. Bunkte, accepting, honoring prasadam as Lord's grace, thinking is the Lord's mercy through the devotees. Bhojyate, inviting devotees home and offering prasadam. So lovingly serving devotees prasad and accepting it. Example, Sunday feast, Vyas Puja, home programs, etc. All these, we we're all familiar with this. So some of the examples is Krishna sharing lunch prasad with his friends. Then some of the examples which are already seen, Advaita Prabhu offering lavish prasadam even when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted just rice and unspiced items. And there's another god brother of Srila Prabhupada. So when Prabhupada came to India along with the Western devotees, Anand Babu went and invited Srila Prabhupada to his mata, and he said, "We want to serve prasadam for him." So he himself cooked and offered the prasad, and Prabhupada was so much happy, and he then started explaining to his disciples, all this is how one has to cook and offer, lovingly offer to the devotees. So he taught the people how it is to be done, all his devotees. Then last example I want to talk about is association of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya with the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We already have this example, for under this Bhunkte Bhojete, but I felt that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya had an association with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all these six principles, whatever we went through this. Like, for instance, I mean, without getting into much details of this, if you first see the association, I mean, first when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Jagannath Puri when he was in ecstasy and then he fainted, he took to his house and other thing. But then, not getting into much details, as I said, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya felt that, this is a very young sannyasi. He looks to be more a sentimentalist and trying to, chant the holy name or something. Probably something is missing is the Vedanta. So let me teach him the Vedanta. Let me give the Vedanta principles for him. So, in fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted that. He said, "Okay, go ahead, please," and he started listening. In fact, 7 days, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu listened to the Vedanta Sutra explained by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Then after the end of the 7 days, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked, "You have not made any reflection, any comments, any questions on this. You were so silent listening all the 7 days. So I'm not sure whether you really understood it or you want me to repeat it." But Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finally he said, "I listened to whatever you said," but then he denounced whatever he said. He said, "Whatever you said is more of an imaginary and incomprehensible attempt. Actually, you're trying to make to establish that the absolute truth is impersonal." So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then revealed how the absolute truth was a supreme person, how Krishna is supreme. And then that's how he liberated Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So this is how revealing the heart and opening up, and then the reverse thing actually happened over here. In fact, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu one day goes and brings it was a morning, probably after Mangalarati, he brings some prasad from the Jagannath Puri temple, and he comes to the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and it looks like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya just woke up, and then Mahaprabhu just offered the prasad to him. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya immediately took up without any hesitation. In fact, Smarta Brahmas, they will see whether they have brushed the teeth or whether they are taken bath to take up the prasadam. But he immediately took that prasadam, what was given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood, oh yes, now it looks like his heart has transformed. He has really become a devotee of Krishna. So because he knows the value of this prasadam. And the last one, we have seen how Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya prepared a very lavish prasadam for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then, saw that his brother-in-law didn't enter that place. Okay. The next slide is the negative injections of this verse. So it says that one must avoid the six loving exchanges with Mayavadis, atheists, jnanis, karmis, and other gross sense enjoyers. So if we are getting involved in that, probably the more chances of them that we fall into their prey, fall into them with as a prey. So intermingling with them, with sharing gifts, revealing our minds or invitation. You call for an invitation, or if you go for dining, the problem what happens is they will also call for their kind of classes or their meetings and other things. So we have to be very careful with that. Or sometimes we may become very affectionately attached to some sort of these obligations what they are asking us. So that would influence us with their kind of activities. So while dealing with non-devotees there, we should not have any transfer of a desire. I think Prabhu mentioned it very detailed last class. And uh, and no impact on, when we are dealing with them, the no impact on our consciousness with whatever they are doing. In fact, just like to quote from His Holiness Bhakti Rasa Mrita Maharaj Swami, he used to say that when we are dealing with non-devotees, our deal should be like something in analogy with how we do in a kabaddi match. You know, just in a kabaddi game, how we just go that touch the line and come back. We don't interact with the other people. So that's how our interaction should be with the non-devotees. The last slide is Prabhupada in the conclusion says that we should always keep the company of devotees, observe regulative uh, devotional principle, follow the footsteps of acharyas with full obedience, carry out the orders of spiritual masters. So if one, in this way, if one is able to do this, so one will develop in their devotional services that will actually ignite the dormant Krishna consciousness within each one of us. This verse briefly describes the process of making the loving transaction with Supreme Personality of Godhead and making friends with devotees. So, showing some favors to all the ignorant and reject, jealous, and demonic kind of a people. So, with this verse 4 is finished, and the next verse is Rupa Goswami is going to talk about what kind of a Vaishnava should be selected as a friend and how Vaishnava should be served. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Very
Sorry
nicely
if I'm
explained.
taking a lot of time. I'm not sure whether anything is there. If any mistakes, please.
No, no, Prabhuji. It was very, very nice to hear, Prabhu. I was just hearing nice examples from Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Unfortunately, I couldn't see the photo, so I look like I'm talking on to the computer. Like, that was the feeling. The really, I'm talking about association, but no association.
No, no, no. We are relishing your association, Prabhuji.
No, no, for me, Prabhu, because I'm just talking before the screen.
Okay. No, that's fine. Very nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Okay, I'll share my screen. You can see my screen now. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, bro.
Okay. Hare Krishna. So Prabhu has already given a nice context, so I can jump straight into the verse. I'll just sing quickly. कृष्णेति यस्य गिरितं मनसा द्रियेता दीक्षास्ति चेत् प्रणतभिश्च भजन्तम् ईशं शुश्रूषया भजनविज्ञम् अनन्यमन्या निन्दादिशून्यहृदमेप्सितसङ्गलब्ध्या. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. One should mentally honor the devotee who chants the holy name of Lord Krishna. One should offer humble obeisances to the devotee who has undergone spiritual initiation, Diksha, and is engaged in worshipping the deity, and one should associate with and faithfully serve that pure devotee who is advanced in undeviated devotional service and whose heart is completely devoid of the propensity to criticize others. So this is the translation. So just quick relation with the previous verse. Actually, first let's do the word-to-word meaning. So Krishna, now this verse is very, very easy. If you look at each word and try to understand the meaning of it, then you will never forget it. So Krishna is the holy name of Krishna. Iti, thus. Yasya, Vyasa means one who is. Giri means Girija, the tongue of the speech also is used. Girija. So Giri is the tongue. So on whose tongue the name Krishna, the holy name of Krishna, is there. What should we do? So this is the first part of the verse, and the second is tam, to those, manasa, by mind, adriyata. Adriyata refers to adar. In Hindi, there's a word called adar karna, respect karna. So if one is chanting in gira, in speaking about Krishna, 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 then we should manasa adriyata, by mind, we should honor that person. So that's the first level. I'll talk about more later. Second line, Diksha. Diksha is initiation. What's the meaning of Diksha? I'll come to that in a minute. Diksha Asti. If there is a Diksha being done on this particular person or a devotee, Pranatabhes. Pranatibhes means obeisances. Pranam karna. So you do pranam to that person. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashena, say the pranipat. Same word is used here, 434 in the NOI verse 5. Pranatabhes, the bhajan tad isham. And what this person is doing, the first characteristic was Krishna iti yasagiri. He is chanting the name of Krishna. What's the characteristic of the second person here? He has taken the initiation, and bhajantam isham. Isham refers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhajantam means he is engaged in the bhajan, devotion service of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's a characteristic of the second person here, which is, you can say, Madhyamadhikari. So Kanishtadhikari, Madhyamadhikari. We'll talk more. Third one, we are talking now Uttamadhikari. Shushrushaya. Shushru refers to seva karna. Shushru means to serve. You should serve. Whom you should serve? Bhajana Vigya. You should serve a person who has Vigya. Vigya refers to Vigyan. So in Bhagavad Gita, we read word Gyan and Vigyan. Gyan is knowledge, Vigyan is realizations. So one who has realized the bhajan. Now we can hardly say this bhajan Vigya for us. We are doing also bhajan, some level of bhajan, but it's more of a duty for the sake. We are doing not with love at this stage at least. But this person is not doing for duty's sake. His bhajana Vigya is very advanced in his bhajan. Very, very advanced. And what sort of bhajan he is doing? Ananya bhajan. Anyone remembers a verse from Bhagavad Gita which uses the word Ananya? Everyone know that. Ananya Chintayanto Mam. Thank you, Mata. Arey wah, Vinay Prabhu ki jai. Thank you, Prabhu. So, what does Ananya means? Exclusive. If you go outside, you read in the exclusive to David Jones. Sometimes there's some particular brand exclusive. You cannot find anywhere else that. So, exclusive bhajan to Krishna. Not that today is Somvar, so one demigod Mangalvar, another demigod Wednesday, another demigod. Not like that. Ananya bhajan to Krishna. There's nothing else. That's what it is. So it's very advanced person. So what you should do to that person? Shushrushaya. So if you see the difference, the first one, manasa adriyata. Adar from man. Respect from mind. You don't have to bow down physically. If you can, yes, that's nice. Second one, dikshasti chet pranatabhis. When you see them, you do pranam to that person. Why? Because he is engaged, bhajantam isham. He's engaged in the bhajan of Isha. He's engaged. He has taken diksha as well. Third one, we are doing shushrushaya. We are serving. Now, how do we serve? We'll talk about that later. But we want to serve a person who is advanced in devotion to Krishna, and he is exclusively serving Krishna. What is the characteristics of this person? So first one is bhajan Vigya. He is bhajan Vigya. Last line. Very important line. Anya nindadi shunya. So anya ninda. So this person does not have any inclination, any propensity to do ninda, to criticism of anyone else. Now, sometimes the third line will be valid, but the fourth line will not be valid. So we'll understand he is not so advanced. He is not so advanced. But this person is so advanced that he has no inclination at all in his mind, in his heart, to do ninda of others. So we understand this one. So I've put different colors. There's a Kanishtadhikari, the top one, Madhyamadhikari, and the Uttamadhikari. So what is the characteristics of Kanishtadhikari? Anyone can say from reading the verse quickly?
He chants the holy name of
He
Krishna.
chants the holy name. Yep, very nice. Second one, anyone can say? Also, can I request devotees to please switch on their cameras Please do 2 hours. It's very, very nice. Please make sure you're available unless your kid is sick or something. Sit down and just discuss or hear. That will give the most benefit. If you're trying to do multitasking in the class, it may not give the best benefit. So humble request to all the devotees, try to stop multitasking for these 2 hours and just listen what Prabhupada is saying or the devotees are saying. Okay, second one.
So the one who has taken Diksha pays obeisances and is engaged in
No,
devotions.
that's our job. So I'm talking the characteristic of the second one. So first you said, Prabhuji, yes, he has taken Diksha
Diksha
and
and engaged in devotional service. Bhajan.
Bhajantamisham. So I'm talking the characteristics of the person. Now, what do we do? So the first one, what we do in Sanskrit? Manasadriyata.
Adriyatha.
That's our
Honor.
so you see something and then you respond. So what we are seeing, Diksha plus Bhajantamisham. So what are we doing?
Paying
Pranati.
obeisances.
If we only say Krishna Giri, he's chanting the holy name of Krishna, then what to do? Manasadriyata. The third one, 2 characteristics. Who can say? Someone else.
He's
Yes,
got
Prabhu.
abbreviated devotional service and he don't
What's the
criticize.
Sanskrit word, Mata? Sorry.
Uh,
You can read on the screen. Bhajana Vigya, that's the first one. He is Vigya. See, we may know many information and we can give class and all that, but hardly we have any realization. I don't have at least, right? Many things in information level, okay. We listen from someone and cut and paste, copy paste, and we do something. That's nice to start with. But we are not Bhajan Vigya. This person is Bhajan Vigya. He has realized the Bhajan. There's no other shelter other than Krishna. So first quality we see, Bhajan Vigya. That's the first quality. Second quality of the
Anya Nindati, he doesn't blaspheme.
Anya Nindadi Shunya. Shunya means zero. Big zero. Now we can all ask this question to ourselves. You don't have to tell here how much Anya Nindadi Shunya or Anya Nindadi 100%. Many devotees, you sit with them and they just start criticism. Now, what does this criticism? How do we do or how do we not do? That's a separate chapter. Now, we are allowed to do Gohyam Akhyati Prakshati. Rasanand Prabhu already explained very nicely. So we are not talking about, nothing you can say. No, in a proper environment with the proper person, we can reveal the heart, but not wherever we sit, we start. Okay, so 2 characteristics. And what do we do to the third one? Someone else can say. So Mataji said 2 characteristics, Bhajan Vigya, Anyanindadi Shunya. Yes, Shushrushaya. Now, what does the Shushrushaya mean? We'll look at it later. So we understand. So the symptoms and how we respond to it. Now, who can tell very quickly? Yes, Prabhu. First one, symptom. You can all unmute. First one, symptom. In Sanskrit. You can read on the screen. What's the symptom of the Kanishtha as per this verse?
Krishna Giri.
Krishna iti yasya giri. Thank you, Mata. Okay. So first, symptom of the second one, someone else. Jai Dharma Prabhu, in Sanskrit. Symptom of the Madhyamadikari.
Yeah. Diksha asti.
Diksha, yes, and?
Asti.
Oh, no, Asti is okay.
Pranati bhais.
No, that's our response. Bhajantamisham. So 2 characteristics are the Bhajantamisham and Dikshasti. Okay, thank you. Third one, Sakhi Radhika Mata. 2 characteristics of Uttamadikari. Sanskrit.
Ananyam bhajana vigyan.
Vigya, Bhajana Vigya. It's simple. Vigyan, Vigya. So Bhajana Vigya, first one. Second,
Ananyam, like without
Anya Ninda Shunya. He has no inclination in his heart to do Ninda. Okay. First one respond by Mohat Prabhu in Sanskrit. How do we respond to the Kanishthadikari?
Manasadriyata.
Okay. Now Mataji has said, Mohit Prabhu, you can say the second one. What's our response to Madhyamadikari in Sanskrit?
Pranati Bhisha.
Premavati Mataji ne keh diya, thank you. Mohit Prabhu, third one. Uttamadikari. How do we respond to Uttamadikari? How do we respond? Not talking the characteristic. Shushrushaya. Thank you. Everyone loves Mohit Prabhu so much. Just
We are
helps.
missing him so much.
He got the most mercy. Thank you, Mohit Prabhu. He is
He
very
has
sweet.
followed the Preeti lesson most.
Preeti Lakshan. See, all devotees are bhajan vigya now. They have realized the bhajan. Thank you. This is what the success is. We should become vigya. Thank you. Apply. Okay, so we understand the verse literally. So there are three levels, three hierarchies given by Rupa Goswami. And we'll talk the subdivisions later. So first one is Kanishtadhikari, then Madhyamadhikari, then Uttamadhikari. And each one's characteristic Rupa Goswami has given, and how should we respond to those people? How should we respond to Kanishta? That's separate. How do we respond to Madhyama? How do we respond to Uttama? Okay, the last one. Ipsit Sangalabdhya. Ipsit. Ishtadev. In Hindi, there's a word called Ishta. Ipsit. Ipsit means desiring. Some ipsa, desire. What should we desire? Sangalabdhya of the green one. Green one means Uttamadhikari. So first one, we'll read, Prabhupada has written, we should avoid the association. No casual association, serious association. With whom? Uttamadhikari. So we should do ipsa, not that because, in temple also you'll see, don't need to name any groups or people here, but when the similar mindset people come together, they start talking about their katha. And you'll see they're talking for hours and hours. And they may not be necessarily Krishna katha. There will be some other kathas going on in the temple, which is not very recommended. But it happens. But we should strictly, after reading this verse or after reading the commentary of Prabhupada, we should desire. I want to have a serious association with not that like-minded people. Chaitanya Prabhu said, not like-minded people, but the right-minded people. Like-minded is okay, everyone has a different inclination towards Krishna. Like-minded is okay, but it has to be right-minded as well. If only like-minded, I like to criticize, you like to criticize, हमारी company खूब जमेगी. दोनों लोग बैठ के, we sit together and hours we're doing other worldly charcha or other devotees false charcha. No, like-minded to start with, yes, we have to associate with like-minded people, but right-minded as well. What's the definition of association? One definition of association is, the Sanat Prabhu also explained, one definition is after that association, after that meeting, you sit with this devotee for an hour. You feel like more remembering Krishna, or your remembrance to Krishna is gone and you feel like, Aaj Mayar mein kaun sa sale laga hai? Which sale is going on in Mayars? Can I buy something, this car, that car? Can I increase the furniture of my house and blah, blah, blah. So you should analyze. After this person is gone, after that meeting, you should analyze my remembrance to Krishna or my desire to remember Krishna has increased or decreased. I attended Gauranga Darshan Prabhu's class recently in the Sanat Prabhu's house, for example. Your desire to read Bhagavatam will increase after that class, isn't it? After that class, what you will come back home? When you're in the car, what are you talking about? Only Krishna, and Prabhu said this example, that verse was so nice. How many verses he knows, So you're talking about Krishna, you're trying to remember Krishna. When you come back, you want to re-listen the lecture. That verse was so nice. What was the reference of that verse? Let me make a note of it. Just a simple example. So after that association of 1 hour, 1.5 hours, you want to remember Krishna more. You want to serve Krishna more. Oh, Janmashtami service. Sanat Prabhu explained very nicely. Janmashtami services are coming. So we should have this in our mind. Janmashtami is there. I have to dedicate some time for Krishna's physical seva as well. We do other seva, but that time is dedicated for that seva. So that's how we can judge the association. And then next time, if this person is not reminding us about Krishna, dur se Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, how are you? And Hare Krishna. Go to the next person, because that will be helpful in your upliftment of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, casual association, so much association we had in so many different birds. Manmohan Prabhuji, you wanted to add something?
So Prabhu, just a bit confused.
Yes.
This verse mentions that if somebody is initiated, is automatically at the Madhyama level.
Yes, I'll talk about it, Prabhuji, in a minute. When we'll go inside, we'll talk about Diksha part. But I'm just introducing the verse at the moment. Just a simple understanding. So we understand the symptoms. Now what each word means, we'll talk about it. Yes, Madhuri Mataji.
Prabhu, I just thought I will tell you. I heard Shubham Prabhu's video of Madhurya Kadambini. So I heard multiple times today, and I got little bit of that inspiration, like my devotion should be study. And
Haribo, Haribo.
so I'm just telling about, association.
you.
Like, I don't know whether I'll be able to do it, but I heard it was
Very
really.
good. I was going to say towards the end of the class.
Okay, sorry.
No, that's good. Madhuri Mataji also already mentioned. So if you don't know, some of you may already know, Shubham Prabhu has made a very nice video on the overview of Madhurya Kadambini. It's a book by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and I will share the link in this class, in this group. So please hear, it's his first video, and please bless him. So he makes many more nice videos like that for the benefit of devotee community. So he's studying very hard. So that's very, very nice. And as Madhuri Mata is saying, by hearing that 20 minutes talk, you feel like doing more study or serving more Krishna. That's very nice. This is positive association. But after that association, and I've felt, I'll be very honest without naming anyone, some association, you come back, your mind is disturbed after talking to this person. So you can see, maybe he's too advanced and I'm not so advanced, that's fine. But that discouraging association in Krishna service, I mean, should be avoided. And if you experience once, second time, you should try to, because time is very, very limited in our life. We cannot just waste time with anyone anywhere. If one experience, two experiences going like that, you understand his inclination, his main topic of the talk may be different. So we can associate even while taking prasadam with those devotees. Aaj class mein kya hua? Not aaj cricket match mein kya hua? Okay, whatever has happened has happened. Maharaj said when his last year on this planet, when he arrived in Vrindavan, he said, the first thing I did, I deleted all the apps on my phone except one or two, like WhatsApp, etc., which was needed for my seva. He said, any other news which is needed for me will be given by devotees. I don't need to go and search for the news. Any important news, devotee will tell you. Prabhupada said, even if an atom bomb is coming, it's fine. So we don't need to worry about the whole world, and we are not Maharaj Bharat who's going to look after the whole world. And Maharaj Bharat had that feeling still, and Acharya has explained. And he said, if I don't look after this baby deer, who will look after? He had that Raja ka bhav, the bhav to give shelter. I give the shelter. No, Lord Krishna gives the shelter. Lal Govind Prabhu said very nicely in one conversation. He said, one who has protected within the womb, he will protect outside the womb as well. So don't over worry. Worry is fine. Worry is fine. We all have to worry about few things in our life, but don't over worry. जिसने गर्भ के अंदर रक्षा करी है वो गर्भ के बाहर भी रक्षा करने में समर्थ है. He is quite capable of protecting everyone outside womb. You do your part. Definitely you should do, but we should not over worry. We are not so big that we can give shelter to so many jivas. Narayan is the one who can give shelter. Narayan. He can give shelter to all the jivas. That's why he's called Narayan. Narayan means shelter. Nar means the group of people. So that's the job of Narayan. So leave the job of Narayan to Narayan, and we do our little job which is been given by Narayan, and move on. Sakhi Radhika Mataji.
So just a question. We can see that lot is happening with devotees in Bangladesh. It is very scary to see how the deities are burnt and how
Yes.
devotees are struggling to even for rice of grain of rice. So in such conditions, it is very like these knowledge that Krishna is protecting and Krishna loves them and everything is there. But as a practicing devotee, it becomes like I feel like like we all start praying and
Yes.
then on our part we can just pray, of course. But then there is this thought which comes that Krishna knows what is best for them, and maybe this is the way that Krishna wants to take them immediately now. But having said that, there is this human factor which makes us feel that whether we should pray or whether we should just leave it at Krishna because he
Definitely we should pray, definitely. As a devotee, ISKCON or any devotee community like that, it's our family. So we should definitely pray. See, physically, we may not be able to do much there, to be very honest. We don't have any control over those situations. But prayers, definitely. We should pray for those devotees, because imagine if we were in the same scenario. So we'll definitely say, please pray for us. Please pray for us. So definitely we should pray. And also financially, again, if the channels are valid, I'm not talking about invalid channels here. If the channels are valid, if we are able to do, we should also support in whatever little we can, because that's our duty. Krishna has given us something which you can share. But prayers, definitely we should do without any hesitation. And Krishna will take those prayers and do as best as he thinks. So he knows the past, present, and future.
Once Veer Krishna Maharaj said that sometimes we can convince Krishna with his plans, with our prayers.
Absolutely, absolutely. Prabhupada, when he was very, very sick, and devotees said, Prabhupada, we really need you. So Prabhupada said, yes, you can pray to Krishna, but in a way, Krishna, if you so desire, so. If you so desire, so. And if you all pray together, if Krishna thinks that's the best, and Prabhupada did stay back. After that heavy sickness, Prabhupada stayed back because devotees prayed very intensely. So yes, prayers have a lot of power, especially Sankirtan. Sankirtan means we all come together and pray intensely to Krishna. Please, if you think so, my spiritual master should stay more on this planet, please arrange that way. Yeah, it's definitely prayers. Okay, so we get the gist of the verse. Now let's look inside a little bit context and the relation. So 3 layers of hierarchies are given and process to pass from one stage to the next. This is for us basically to understand where we are and how we go to the next level. How to deal with 3 types of devotees, as we said. For each one, Rupa Goswami has very clearly written what we should do when we meet with that type of person and who should be accepted as Guru. That also we'll talk about, Prabhupada will talk about. Obviously, Uttam Adhikari. Prabhupada said Uttam Adhikari or a very advanced Madhyam Adhikari. We'll talk about it. Okay, so that's sort of a gist of the verse. Now, this verse, as per the commentaries, is the conduct of a Madhyam Adhikari. Now, who this Madhyam Adhikari is, we'll talk about it. So he should mentally honor. We already read that. Let's go to the next one. Now, let's start the Kanishta Adhikari, the first one. Now, Krishna Tiyasegritam Mansatriyata. I'll just read Prabhupada line here. The Kanishta Adhikari is a neophyte who has received the Harinam initiation from the spiritual master. And now Manmohan Prabhuji, he's still here. Now, Prabhuji, just reading Prabhupada, he has written. He has received, so Diksha has already been done here, and I'll explain the difference. He has received the Harinam initiation from the spiritual master and is trying to chant the holy name of Krishna. One should respect such a person within his mind as a Kanishta Vaishnava. So the Diksha word there used in the second line refers to Bhajan Goswami as Brahman initiation. Add something to that later as well. So Kanishta Adhikari already got Harinam Diksha. He is trying to chant. Now when we say Giri means on tongue, that means the holy name is not coming out of his heart as yet. He started. He's a Kanishta Adhikari. He's chanting. He's got Harinam initiation, and he's doing different behaviors. What those behaviors are? Prabhupada writes 4 main behaviors. He worships only the deity. What does it mean? He worships the deity, and he thinks Krishna only resides in the deity and nowhere else. So when I go to temple, I bow down to Krishna. That's fine. But then after that, I come up to the temple, I do whatever nonsense I want to do because Krishna is in the temple, 180 Valkana Street. There's a specific place, even in that, where Krishna is there, and that's fine. But after that, Krishna exists everywhere. Obviously, when we go to temple, we see Krishna, we realize Krishna more, but Krishna is everywhere. He thinks Krishna is only in the deity form. Okay? He behaves badly with the devotees. And that's why he's called neophyte. I think Radhanath Maharaj only said neophyte means he finds new reasons to fight again and again. He finds new reasons to fight again and again. That's why it's called neophyte. The neophyte devotee, not intentionally, but he doesn't care about other devotees. He doesn't respect them. He doesn't know how to behave with them. Even a senior devotee is there, he may blaspheme them, blast on them. He doesn't know how to deal with devotees because he thinks me, such a big person, worship Krishna. Who is this person? Why he's trying to? He's always resisting on improvement. If some devotees tell, Prabhuji, maybe you should do something like this. Maybe he's saying humbly, Are, you telling me? Do I not know how to serve Krishna? Do I not know how to chant? So he will feel offended all the time. Because Kanishta Adhikari always feels, I am an Uttam Adhikari. My spiritual master, I am Uttam Adhikari. Everyone is a Kanishta Adhikari. Anyone can think of an example from Mahabharata? Duryodhan. Duryodhan felt, mujhse better kaun hai? Who can be better than me? When Dronacharya asked Yudhishthir and Duryodhan, can you go and find out? To Duryodhan, he said, can you find a better person than you? And Yudhishthir, he said the same thing. So Duryodhan came back, he said, I couldn't find anyone better than me. I am the best. Huh? So that is a symptom of a Kanistha level. And when Yudhishthir came back and he said, Guru Maharaj, I could not find a worse person than me. Huh? I'm the worst one. That's how Yudhishthir feeling. Huh? So more advanced person is always very, very humble. The advanced you become in devotional ladder, the humble you become. Natural humility we are talking. We're not talking about just folding the hands. My Guru Maharaj was not very much fond of like external humility. He said, if you're just folding the hands meant humility, you can put a Fevicol here and put a big smile, and then you look humble. But looking humble and being humble, one of the definition of humility Prabhupada gives, you're not seeking any respect from others. That's called humility. Because we all are social animals. We all seek some respect, some acknowledgement, but we are not seeking any respect from anyone at all. You are humble. Now, from that perspective, how humble we are, only we know, huh? So we like our appreciation. We like our appreciation. So he behaves badly with devotees. Huh? He fights. He has taken initiation. He's a Dikshit Bhakta, but he behaves terribly. And then you see so many examples, so many examples. Now that bad behavior may come in their vacha, in their writing of emails, big emails they write and post on websites, blah, blah, blah. That's all behaving badly with the devotees. You're disturbing this devotee. We should be very careful with devotees. Krishna, तुम्हारा चरण अपराधे Tare Harinam. So if someone offends Krishna, Tare Harinam. You chant holy name and Krishna is fine. Krishna doesn't mind. Shishupal was blaspheming Krishna. Krishna didn't mind. But if you offend a devotee of Krishna, Krishna takes it very seriously, very, very seriously. You offend me, doesn't matter. You offend my child, my dear devotee, I take it very seriously. And Krishna says to the Rasamuni, Aham Bhakta Paradhino, he aswatantra ivaticha, sadhu viriprasthitiyo, bhaktair bhaktajanaha priya. I'm totally under the control of my devotee. I can't do anything. I can't retrieve my Sudarshan Chakra back. I have no control over my Sudarshan Chakra. So, behaving badly with devotees is the worst thing you can do. Lal Govind Prabhuji said, we should all chant 16 rounds, and yes, definitely. But even if you cannot chant 16 rounds, we chant little less rounds, but do not offend devotees. Do not. You chant 8 rounds nicely. Have nice behavior with devotees. Okay, he is Harinam initiated. He's trying to chant. So it's not just coming to temple and bowing down to Krishna. No, he's Harinam initiated. So one of the characteristic Prabhupada had written. And the last one, very important, his faith is very, very soft. He's unsteady. Huh? So he may be seen in ISKCON temple today and tomorrow in another temple. And after 1 year, another temple. And you would have seen many devotees in the journey of your Krishna consciousness. They come and go, they come and go. Come and go means they don't have stable faith as yet. And why they don't have stable faith? Because they still have their strong enjoying mentality, a strong controlling mentality. I'm the enjoyer. And if this association, says contemple here in this example, gives me enjoying association, I go there. And if tomorrow another temple gives me better association, enjoying association, I go there. Because my faith is not in Krishna, my faith is in my enjoyment. Through chanting or through being a devotee, they also seek enjoying mentality. People should respect me. I'm such a senior person. So these 4, I'll read again. Worships only deity. He does not see Krishna elsewhere. Like we respect Krishna in every single thing. I'll give one example which comes to my mind immediately. Shipalad Prabhu was giving a class. He said he was in Mayapur Gurukul. He was a young boy, 10, 12-year-old. So he was in a bathroom, and many devotees use the same bathroom in Mayapur Gurukul. It's like that, one bathroom will be used by many devotees. So one time when Maharaj, I can't remember the name, was also in the bathroom, probably taking bath or doing something. And Shipalad Prabhu was just in the next shower. So what Shipalad Prabhu, as a young boy, he did, and he only said that in the class, he pushed the bucket full of water with his feet. And Maharaj immediately corrected Sripalad Prabhu. He said, why are you touching the bucket of water with your feet? He said, Maharaj, it's just a bucket of water. Maharaj said, no, it's Krishna's bucket. Huh? He cannot touch your feet with any object. And Sripalad Prabhu said, I learned from that. Maharaj immediately corrected me not to touch. Every object is Krishna's object. Krishna's object. So be very, very respectful, not only people, to even objects. I remember His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj once, I was there with him many, many years ago, and he asked me to wash clothes or something like that. Anyway, so I took the clothes and I just wrapped them like a bundle. Maharaj was very upset. He said, you should respect the clothes. Don't make a bundle. My Guru Maharaj also was, when he was singing in Siddhi temple, I was sitting behind him, he was chanting, and his shawl fell down. So I just kept the shawl like a bundle. Maharaj, within singing, yeah, he folded the chadar and he kept, and he just looked at me. I felt so bad. So his chadar fell down. I should have folded the chadar, not just kept the chadar like a big bundle. Huh? So both sannyasis, they taught me respect the clothes. Huh? Respect the clothes. Even the clothes are to be washed. You fold them nicely, respect them. They are Krishna's paraphernalia. Huh? It's so nice. Small, small things, but we can learn. So what to speak of behaving badly with the devotees? Huh? That shows our low consciousness. Prabhupada said, when Krodha comes, your whole body becomes polluted. One example. He's Harinam initiator. So whoever are Harinam initiator, I'm sorry to say, I'm also very, very beginner. We should not think, yes, I've got it. No, your responsibility has increased a lot. And if you don't behave as per your responsibility, the consequences will be there. The consequences will be there. If a ignorant child does a mistake, he's a child. But if a mature person does a mistake, his mistakes are taken seriously. Yamaraj, Yamdutas, when they did the mistake for the Ajamil, Yamaraj is asking forgiveness from the Lord. He's saying, oh my dear Lord, please forgive me. My Yamdutas, my servants have done the offense, and the offense of servants come to the parents, come to the Palak. So Yamaraj is asking for the forgiveness. So we should be very, very careful with ourselves and with our family members as much as possible. Not that we can control everything, but as much as possible, you give them these values that they also respect people definitely and things of Krishna. Yes, Sakiradhika Mataji.
Prabhu, does that mean Ramchandra Puri was, even being a sannyasi, was Kanishta Adhikari?
Absolutely. I'll talk about it. Yes. Prabhupada said that actually. I know you have said, Prabhupada said even sannyasi sometime are in neophyte state. So it doesn't matter even if you have taken sannyas. I'll tell you one example which I heard in a class. When Sri Vaishnava sannyasi was there, he was not only a sannyasi, he was the Mathadish. He was the Mathadish. Very scholarly person. And there may be many things going on. One of the instances which happened, in the morning time we give Charnamrit. After the Darshanarthi, we give Charnamrit. So this sannyasi, the Mathadish, was given Charnamrit, not the first, but later. He felt very offended. Now, I'm not saying that was the only thing which triggered the button, but after this, he went to the court. He went to the court, and the court case went on for many, many years, many, many years. Prabhupada gave example, if I'm not wrong, Prabhupada gave this example of one of his disciples. Prabhupada disciples gave this example. Chaitanya Math. Chaitanya Math, Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj opened 64 Math in his lifetime throughout India. But it says when Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj was leaving, he said to Prabhupada, and you would have read this conversation, there will be a big fire in Gaudiya Math. There will be a big fire. He said that. Some devotees say Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj left. He left only when he was, I think, 48 or 38. I can't remember. Something like that. Very young. He left his body very, very young. He said because of so much, fire inside the matha, Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj left his body 10 years early. 10 years early. Like 48 is nothing. Huh? People start their career in 48. But Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj left because there was so much fighting going on within devotees, and Maharaj was not very happy. And he said to Prabhupada, in confidence, in Goyam, he said, there will be a big fire, there will be fire. And why they were fighting? They were fighting for rooms. Which room I will take, which room you will take, and no, I will take this room, I will take that room. And when Maharaj left, around 1940 sometime, they went to the court, and it says that time Gaudiya Math has around 20 to 30 acres of land. The court case went for 50 years, from 1947 to 1997. For 50 years, court case went on. And finally, they only left with one temple. They sold all the land to pay to the lawyers. And after 50 years of fight, court case was dismissed. Only one temple remained in Calcutta, Bagh Bazaar. Now, Prabhupada said, as Siddhanta, I'm talking here as a principle, yes, sannyasis can also be in a Kanistha level. So we should not think, sannyas means everything. Radha Maharaj said once, if a sannyasi is not following his duties properly, he will definitely go to hell. Definitely go to hell. So sannyas can be seen as a very big thing, and it is a very big thing, but the consequences again will be big as well, because you haven't done as per your expectation. One more example comes from, as per Manusmriti, when a Raja does something good and encourages his Praja to do something good, he received 1/5 of the karma of the Praja. If Praja is engaged in devotional service, Raja, the king, automatically gets 1/5 of the karma. But if Praja is doing wrong, he automatically gets 1/5 of the bad karma. So we have to be very, very careful in dealings with devotees, non-devotees, this karma exchange, whom to give, what not to give, what to receive. For receiving also, we are very, very inspired to receive from others, whether it's a physical thing or a respect. We should be very careful. You should be able to digest that. If you're not able to digest that, you're going to get karma on your head. It's going to come back to you. So we have to be very careful. That's why reading this Shastra is very important. It's just to make us a better devotee and not take this thing very casually. Prabhupada says, if you become casual, you become a casualty. Don't become casual. And Prabhupada also said, devotional service is a double-edged sword. You can kill Maya, or it will kill your head as well. Because you're dealing casually with devotees. If you do too many aparadh, Krishna will withdraw the mercy. You may be initiated and having a danda and all that. Krishna will withdraw the mercy. You still feel I'm a devotee, but actually devotion is gone long back. There's a Vaishnav and there's a Vaishnavism. You can become Vaishnav, look like a Vaishnav, very easy. Having Vaishnavism is very difficult. So we should try to capture that spirit of Vaishnavism. Unless we capture that, I'm a Vaishnav. My Guru Maharaj is this, and it's very nice. My spiritual name is this. I've been cooking for deities or serving deities, doing kirtan for deities or preaching for these deities for 20 years. Have you got 1% of Vaishnavism in your character? Radhanath Maharaj says very simple. Your Vaishnavism will be seen when you are alone. Now we can all ask ourselves, what primarily thought come in our mind, what actions do we do? So that's our level. That's our level. We can show to the world, but what does it make any difference? We can't fool Krishna. We can't fool Krishna. And that we are accountable to Krishna. That's it. Hari, Guru, and Vaishnava. Okay, let's move forward. I'm still on the Kanistha. 9 stages of devotional service. Now, everyone knows this table. We'll just go through this table and put some disclaimers here as well. Now, Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, and Prema. We all know these 9 stages. Now, as per this chart, you see Kanishta Adhikari is one who is doing the first 3. Now, as I explained earlier as well, Shraddha goes along with everyone. Sadhu Sangha goes along with everyone. Bhajan Kriya goes along with everyone. Now, Sannyasi is also doing Bhajan Kriya, right? Sannyasi is also doing Sadhu Sangha. Sannyasi also have Shraddha. Now, they don't have working on the Anartha Nivritti, which is supposedly gone there. Nishtha, Ruchi. So this goes on, but primarily we just on a very high level, so you have to, categorize. So the first 3 stages you can say belong to Kanishta Adhikari. The second one As per this chart, you see starting from Anartha Nivritti, some people also say they start from Bhajan Kriya. Bhajan Kriya here, what means from Madhyamadhikari perspective, he becomes very serious in his bhajan, very serious. Now, initially, Kanishta is also doing bhajan, Madhyama is also doing bhajan. But bhajan of a Madhyama, you will see serious bhajan, not like a dutiful bhajan. Yeah, chanting rounds at 10 p.m. in the night, it's fine. What's wrong? Prabhu, have you finished your mala? Yeah, only 12 to go. What's the time? 11 o'clock. Only 12 to go. Good luck. Now, sometimes, okay, it may happen, but if it's happening on a regular basis, that's why we have sadhana card. And you should fill up the sadhana card. If you're not filling the sadhana card, I would highly recommend you to start filling up sadhana card and share with one person at least, one person, whomever you trust. And this person should be able to point out your mistakes openly with honesty and encourage you for the good things as well. So if someone is always pointing out the mistakes, that's also not good. You may have a family issues or some job issues or some health issues which you're going through. That's why your sadhana is down for 1 month. That's fine. But yeah, we should be able to talk to you on an open basis. So all of you, I highly recommend to start filling your sadhana card. Anyway, so bhajan kriya is going on, but what level of bhajan kriya? So Madhyama, as per this chart, I see Anartha Nivritti. Now, Anartha Nivritti, Kanishta is also doing Anartha Nivritti. But Madhyama is doing serious Anartha Nivritti. Like, I cannot get angry. I'm feeling like getting angry. I cannot get angry. Now, sometimes he will fail as well, but that's fine. But most of the time, he will try to control his vacha, his karma, yeah. So that's why. So seriousness varies from Kanishta to Madhyama. So from that perspective, we are saying Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha, Ruchi and Asakti. And when Asakti is like complete, he is attached to Krishna now. Ruchi means beginning of Ruchi. Ruchi means I'm interested in this. Asakti means I can't live without it. So he's asakta to Krishna and his services. He can't live without chanting. You cannot say to a Madhyama, okay, I'll give you, $1 million. Can you not chant? He'll still be chanting. You take his mala away, he'll still be chanting. Even if you bind his hand, he'll still be chanting in his tongue. No, he cannot stop. He cannot stop. Now, his faith may not be like Haridas Thakur, but he has to do. But he's serious about his bhajan. He's serious. Ekadashi is Ekadashi. I've seen some devotees, Ekadashi, oh, sorry, Prabhu, I forgot. How can you forget Ekadashi? It's a serious business. It's a serious business. Prepare for it. Oh, Prabhu, I didn't have any aloo in the morning. Like, why are you checking aloo in the morning? Why don't you check aloo 2 days before or whatever, sabudana, whatever? It's a serious business. Going back to Godhead is not a casual business. Serious. Now, mistakes will happen. We're not talking about accidental mistake. Everyone does mistake. We're not talking about that. But we prepare and we may fail because the situation may be out of our control. But we are serious about following the process. Okay, and then as per NOD, especially Rupa Goswami again from NOD perspective, Uttamadhikari starts from Bhava. Uttamadhikari is from Bhava or onwards. Prema. So this is just a general table, but again, it's not a watermark. Bhajan Kriya. Bhajan Kriya, everyone is doing Bhajan Kriya. So don't take it like that. It's a very high level categorization. Now just a point here, which I think I mentioned, Kanishta consider himself as Uttama and all others as Kanishta. So if you, again, you don't have to tell it, but if you feel like that I'm the greatest one in my devotee community, that's a definition given. So you should be humble that, yes, I'm doing something. Once I remember Bhakti Rasamrita Swami Maharaj, when he was not a sannyasi, before sannyas, I heard this in a class from Maharaj. He was Devamrit Prabhu that time. He gave a very nice class on Vaishnava and Vaishnavism. So one Mataji, it's in an audio class, that time there was no video. One Mataji asked, so Prabhuji, what level you are? She asked with Shraddha, nicely. You know what Maharaj said? I am a struggling sadhaka. Maharaj said, I'm a struggling sadhaka. And I was like, when I first time heard that class, probably 20 years ago, I was like, oh. And I had never seen Maharaj that time, but I had so much respect for this person, Devamrit Prabhu, that time. That time internet was not so much. I had some audio lectures of Maharaj. And I said, wow, this person is so advanced and he's saying, I'm a struggling sadhaka. Once Prabhupada was giving a class in Germany, talking about Chaturvarnya system. He's talking about Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. One lady after the class, she asked Prabhupada in a challenging word, so who are you? Which Varna you fill in? Prabhupada said, I'm a 5th class person. Prabhupada said that. amongst hundreds of people. He could have easily said, I'm a sannyasi, I'm a Brahman, this and that. He said, I'm a fifth class person. Look at the humility of Prabhupada. And I think at least I'm a Madhyama, if not a Uttama. Really, let's look at the Shastra and you define which level you are. Let Shastra speak. Our mind speaks many things. Let Shastra speak. So just a glimpse. Let's carry on. So I'll go to Chaitanya Charitamrita for few slides to few minutes, and then we'll come back to Srimad Bhagavatam and then come back to NOI. So Chaitanya Charitamrita, very, very famous instance when people used to come and meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was a sannyasi in Jagannath. So many people who love Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will come and serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for 4 months and then they go back. So one famous instance, I think everyone knows, Kulin Gram Vasis, they came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for 4 months. They lived with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and they're going. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave them 3 instructions. So Krishna Nam, Krishna Seva and Vaishnav Seva. Please do that. So they're like, yes, Krishna, no problem. Hare Krishna Mahamantra, no problem. Krishna Seva, understand. Deity worship, no problem. Vaishnav Seva. I have a question. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, what's your question? Who is a Vaishnava? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave one definition. Second year they came. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again said, do Vaishnav Seva. Who is a Vaishnava? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave another definition. Third year they came. They again asked the same question. Who is a Vaishnava? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave third definition. So 3 years consecutively, same question. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returns. Pichhle saal to pucha tha question. Last year you asked the same question. You didn't get it? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understand who is asking question and what should be the response. So he did not say, okay, I've already responded to this question. No. So first year, I'll not take too much time from Chaitanya Charitamrita. We'll just come to the gist. So first year, he gave the definition of Vaishnav. Second year, he gave the definition of Vaishnav Tara. And third year, he said Vaishnav Tama. So if you remember from our Bhagavad Gita discussion, so Tara means when we are comparing good, better, best. So Vaishnav, Vaishnav Tara, Vaishnav Tama. So who is a Vaishnava? Whoever chants the holy name of Krishna, which Rupa Goswami also says, right? He is a Vaishnava. So someone comes to temple, bows down to the deities, accepts prasad, say Hare Krishna. He is a Vaishnava. Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj said, a student going in year 3 or year 4, something like that, a small boy or a girl going to year 2, year 3 like that. Is he a student? Yes, he's a student. A person who's doing PhD, is he a student? He's also a student. There's a huge difference, right? They're both students. So anyone walking inside Radha Gopinath premise, he's a devotee. We have to understand that. Yeah, he has some faith. His faith may not be the best. He has some faith. He is bowing down. He just comes and says Hare Krishna. He puts his hand, put his head down. He puts something in hundi, take charna. He's a devotee. But is he the highest devotee? That we have to sort of analyze. So Vaishnav is one who chants the holy name. Manushyanam sahasreshu kashi dyatati siddhai. After millions of Manushya, someone tries to understand me. How many people in Sydney are trying to understand Krishna? Now we are trying, we don't know Krishna, at least I don't know anything. But at least we are trying. We are trying. We are doing some reading, some chanting, some seva on our small level. But how many in Sydney, how many in the world are even trying for that? In Bangladesh, Mataji was saying, they're burning the deities alive. Look at their faith. Look at their faith. They also have some faith. But look at their faith. Very different, contrary faith. Anyway, so Vaishnav. And we should respect it. Mansa Adriyata. Vaishnavta, second year Mahaprabhu said, whoever constantly chants the holy name of Krishna, he is a Vaishnavtar. Isn't it? So first year he said, anyone who chants the name of Krishna is a Vaishnava. Anyone who constantly chants the name of Krishna, he is a Vaishnavtar. And that makes sense. He's constantly chanting Krishna, 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 Krishna. Now here chanting also means serving Krishna. He's constantly serving Krishna. Who is Vaishnavtam? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, in whose presence you feel like chanting Krishna. He's so advanced, in whose presence you feel like chanting. I'm remembering Jayapataka Maharaj. One example. Can be many more sannyasi. When Jayapataka Maharaj is present, what will you feel like doing or saying or thinking about Krishna? Is it just by his look? He's sitting there, for example, you just visualize Maharaj is sitting in front of you. What other thoughts will come in your mind other than Krishna? It can be Krishna Nam, Krishna Seva, Krishna's deities. So he's such a Vaishnava. And there are many more Vaishnavas, Prabhupada ji, so many other sannyasis, senior Vaishnavas or Prabhupada disciples. So Vaishnava Tama is the one in whose presence you also feel like going towards Krishna. That's Vaishnava Tama. Okay. So let's look at a few definitions. This is CC Madhya 15. I'll put the reference. You can take the numbers if you want. Prabhu kahe yara mukhe shuni ek baar. Kitni baar? Ek baar. Now, whichever devotees we don't like, I hope the list is quite low, but as per Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are Vaishnavas. So we should rethink about our behavior with them. Now, we may not closely associate, that's fine. We should not have any disrespect for them in our heart. What they think about us, we have no control. But as our Acharya said, our heart should be clean. We should not have any ill feeling towards other Vaishnavas. And who is a Vaishnava? Ek bar. Ek bar. Ek means one. Krishna Nam Pujya say Shreshta Savaka. He's Pujya. Mahaprabhu is saying this. He's Pujya, he's worshipable. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, whoever chants the holy name of Krishna just once may be considered a Vaishnava. Such a person is worshipable and the topmost human being. Now, this is Bhagwan speaking. Very serious statement. Let's see the next one. This is 1672. Krishna Nama Nirantar. Nirantar means constant. Krishna Nirantar. Yahare Vadane. Vadane means in the mouth, in his mouth. Krishna, 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 Krishna is going on constantly. Say Vaishnav Shrestha. So he's a Vaishnav, definitely. He's Vaishnav Shrestha. He's Shrestha in Vaishnav, he's superior Vaishnava. Bhaja Tahara Charane. Bhaj Tara Charne. So Tahara Charne, now Namavatar Prabhu will know better Bengali than me. I can't read properly, probably, but Bhaj Tahara Charane. So very similar to Hindi. Namavatar Prabhu, is it right?
Yes, Prabhu. Charane is feet. Bhaja means to pay obeisances or puja karna.
Yeah, puja karna.
And Tara means of his.
Okay, thank you.
Of his feet to the worship.
So very, very close to Hindi as well. So he's a Vaishnav Shrestha. And look at the third definition. This is 1674. Yahara darshane mukhe aise Krishna naam. Just darshan matra se. That Vaishnava is standing and you feel like Krishna. Huh? If you have feelings for Krishna. Tahare janiya tumi Vaishnav pradhan. So first is Vaishnav, then Vaishnav Shrestha, and then Vaishnav Pradhan. He's the topmost in Vaishnava. The topmost Vaishnava is he whose very presence makes others chant the holy name of Krishna. He is superior to all others. So there are three definitions. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave these definitions of Kanishtha, Madhyama, and Uttama twice in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So first one, which we are looking on the screen right now, this is the basis. The basis here is taking the holy name of Krishna. So the categorization is done on the basis of taking the name of Krishna. So the definitions here are one-time chanting, nirantar chanting, constant chanting, or in whose presence I feel like chanting, right? Second time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also gave the definition of Uttam, Madhyam, and Kanishtha based on Shraddha. You would have heard in Shubham Prabhu video as well. Shraddha Anusari. Shraddha Anusari. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when met with Rupa and Sanatana Goswami, he gave another definition. Now Bhagavatam also covers the same topic in 11th canto when Nimi Maharaj is asking questions to Navyogendras. There the categorization is based on Rati. So you can say there are three types of categorization which has been done. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, two types. First one is taking the holy name of Krishna, and second one is based on Shraddha. In Srimad Bhagavatam, the same categorization is done on the base of Rati or Prema towards Krishna. And we read all three. So first one we have read on the screen. Let's go to the second one, which is based on Shraddha. What is Shraddha? So I've just put the definition here. Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kahe Sudhara Nishaya Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karm Krathaya. I'm sure you all know this verse, just for our reference purpose. So what is the Shraddha? What is the meaning of Shraddha? Krishna Bhakti Kaile. If I am doing Krishna Bhakti, Sarva Karm Krathaila. I've done everything. I don't need to do anything separately. Now we have to understand this verse very nicely. We cannot prematurely jump on the basis of this verse. Like there's a verse in Srimad Bhagavatam where it says, 6 types of rinas are there. But once who has taken the Sharan of Mukunda, he is out of the 6 steps. But who has taken the complete shelter of Mukunda, not partial. If you've taken partial shelter of Mukunda, the debts still apply to you. So we have to do something in that direction. So don't take this verse very casually. But beautiful verse. It says, Krishna Bhakti Kaile, if you're serving Krishna with full surrender, with full faith, Sarva Karma, you won't have to do anything else, including, it says, again, 100% surrender means no Shraddha ceremony is needed. You have no debt to demigods, to sages, to society, to your family. No debt, which is true, But that has to be 100% Shraddha, 100% surrender. Okay. Now let's read the other one. So Shraddhavan Jana Hai Bhakti Adhikari. This is Shubham Prabhu used this verse, if I'm not wrong. So Uttam Madhyam Kanishtha Shraddha Anusari. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling this to Sanatana Goswami, that Uttam Madhyam Kanishtha, how do we divide them? Shraddha Anusari. What is their Shraddha? If the Shraddha is very soft, very, very beginning Shraddha, that's a Kanishtha Adhikari. If the Shraddha is strong, then Madhyam Adhikari is very strong Uttam Adhikari. Now, let's read the from Srimad Bhagavatam. This is a nice picture I got from Krishna.com. Navyogendras are coming. This is Nimi Maharaj who is doing yajna. This is nicely described in 11th canto. Without going to that story, I'll just tell the gist relevant to this class. So Nimi Maharaj asked 9 questions. So Navyogendras means 9 Yogendras. This is the brother of Bharat Maharaj, son of Rishabdev. Rishabdev had 100 sons. So the eldest one was Bharat Maharaj and he had 99 brothers. So these are the 9 brothers. They are also known as Nav Yogendras. So Nimi Maharaj, he welcomed them and asked 9 questions. So one of the questions when Nimi Maharaj asked to Havir Muni is like this. So this is the question he asked. I'll just read the translation quickly. Now, please tell me in greater detail about the devotees of the Supreme Lord. What are their natural symptoms by which I can distinguish between the most advanced devotee, those on the middle level, and those who are neophytes? What are the typical religious activities of a Vaishnava, and how does he speak? Specifically, please describe those symptoms and characteristics by which Vaishnava become dear to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is a question. This is 11-44. Just asked to Navyogendras. So Havir Muni will respond to that in 3 verses. And this is what we're going to read. So one from Chaitanya Charitamrita, one from Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is a Kanishtha Adhikari definition as per Chaitanya Charitamrita, CC Madhya 2269. Yahara Komal Shraddha. See, the first one was one who chants the holy name of Krishna once. Here, talking about Shraddha. So Komal Shraddha, say Kanishtha Jan. The Shraddha is Komal. Komal means very soft Shraddha. Shraddha can be moved. Today you are a Krishna devotee, tomorrow you can be any other devotee because you feel more benefit there. Krame. But yes, this is very nice, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. He doesn't have to stay as Kanishta throughout his life. Kanishta can also become Uttam Adhikari. We see Prabhupada in the beginning days, he was teaching to hippies, but these hippies became Param Vaishnava. They are the Guru now. Krame, teho bhakta haibe uttama. One whose faith is soft and pliable is called a neophyte, but by gradually following the process, he will rise to the platform of a first-class devotee. Verse 70, Yo bhaveda kumar shraddha so kanishta nigadiyate. One whose faith is not very strong, who is just beginning, should be considered a neophyte devotee. So this is very nice. Now come to Srimad Bhagavatam. This is 11-47. Acharyam ev hariye pujam ya shraddhaya hate na tad bhakteshu chaneshu sa bhakta prakrit smrata. Now, in Bhagavatam, the Kanishtha word is not used. The word used here is Prakrit Bhakta. But Prakrit Bhakta is equivalent to Kanishtha Bhakta. A devotee who faithfully engages in the worship of the deity. Now here, Manmohan Prabhu, second initiation is also covered in a Kanishtha Adhikari. Second initiation. So initiation in one sense, very respectful obviously, has no value unless the devotee has accepted it. Many initiated devotees, Prabhupada disciples as well, gone out of the realm of Krishna consciousness, gone out of the realm of bhakti altogether. Some became even Mayavadis as well. Prabhupada banned them finally. Prabhupada loved them. Once Prabhupada disciple, sannyas disciple, I mean, fell down. He had some issues. Prabhupada did not chastise him or anything. After some time, Prabhupada needed some service to be done. He called this person a fallen sannyasi and he said, "Can you do this seva?" And he said, "Prabhupada, I'm so fallen." Prabhupada said, "I will re-give you the sannyas." So Prabhupada re-gave the sannyas and he fell down again. Can you imagine? Prabhupada still did not say anything. Prabhupada was so tolerant towards his sons and daughters, so tolerant. 2 times he gave sannyas, he fell down, but still tolerated. But then some devotees, he actually became Mayavad. Some devotees started saying, "Prabhupada, you are Krishna." Prabhupada says, "That's too much." So Prabhupada banned them. They were preaching Mayavad and they were gone into other. One sannyasi, I remember, Chaitanya was mentioning, he opened his another institution, another organization. He was a sannyasi, ISKCON sannyasi. He opened his another institution. But once Prabhupada was visiting the same country, I think it was New Zealand, if I'm not wrong. So he came to meet Prabhupada. Imagine, sannyas given by Prabhupada. He left Prabhupada, he left ISKCON, he opened another organization. He came to meet Prabhupada. Prabhupada was very courteous with him. He said, "So, how your Krishna consciousness is going?" Prabhupada was not like, "Many sannyas, I gave you, I made you what you are today, and you left me." Nothing. He was very courteous. He said, "Yeah, please carry on your bhakti." Yeah. What can Prabhupada do in that moment? He still loves them. He still loves them. It's called Prakrit Bhakta. So, Manmohan Prabhuji, sorry, I'm just putting that point very emphatically that a Brahman initiation, I mean here, does not mean anything. If that person is not following, on the contrary, a person may not be initiated, but can be a very serious devotee, very, very serious devotee. It doesn't mean we should not take initiation. I'm not saying that, but the point here is, it's the acceptance of the person which matters rather than these labels on our head. I'm first initiated, I'm second initiated, I'm sannyas initiated, blah, blah, blah. That is just to help you to establish. If you don't accept it, everything is just outside, external. Okay, a devotee who faithfully engages in the worship of the deity in the temple but does not behave properly toward the other devotees or people in general as well. So now it's not just devotee behavior, it's people in general as well. We should be very respectful. It's called a Prakrit Bhakta. This is Bhagavatam speaking. A materialistic devotee. Now, devotees have to be, he's a materialistic devotee. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also explains this word very nicely. We just don't have time to expand on that. Is considered to be in the lowest position. This is as per Bhagavatam. Now, we speak about Brahman initiation as per this verse. Now we have to probably redefine ourselves, who we think we are. I'll read Prabhupada comments and then we'll stop. This is Prabhupada speaking. The Prakrit Sahajias generally chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, yet they are attached to women, money, and intoxication. So Prakrit Sahajias. Now this can be a person amongst us as well in our devotee community. A person attached to women, money. Now woman obviously refers to other gender, not gender specific here. Men to women, women to men. Money, I love my money. Or intoxication. I know people 2 initiated, double initiation, they drink alcohol. I know, in Sydney. So I know people in Sydney taking beef to initiation, taking beef. So what to do? But their spiritual master is still so loving, because he considered those people as his own kid. Anyway, so Prabhupada says they are not yet properly purified. Such people should be respected, Mansadri, once within the mind, but their association should be avoided. So association should not be based on how many initiations you've got. That's one point. That's fine. That's fine. But initiation should be based on how much seriousness you have to develop your Krishna consciousness. If you don't have that seriousness, Hare Krishna, and Lal Govind Prabhuji said, Hava aane de. He said in a class, so I'm not making a recent recording. He said, you're initiated, nice, but Hava aane de. And Prabhupada writes, clearly their association should be avoided. Now it's 9:04. I'll take a quick question from Mataji or Prabhuji, and we'll stop here, yes.
Prabhuji, yeah, I know we don't have time, but just want to confirm something. So when we talk about this Sahajya people,
Prakat Sahajas, huh?
yeah, Prakrit Sahajyas, are they definitely not initiated? They're just a category who are chanting, but not initiated?
So you know the meaning of Sahajya, Mataji.
Yeah, one who pretend
Pretend to
premature,
be a advanced devotee, but
prematurely that they
yeah,
are
yeah, but
advanced.
they're
Yeah,
chanting Krishna. So from
but
that
they're not
perspective,
initiated, right? They're
but
not.
that's not the criteria here. But that's not the criteria. So obviously
Okay,
in ISKCON you don't see Sahajas. If you're Sahajya,
okay.
you'll not be in ISKCON.
It's just a
So
category of its own.
yeah, but they may be initiated in within their own community. They also have a
Okay.
community. They also have
Okay.
their own organization. They have their sannyasis and all that. They have everything. Like what you have, they also have it, right?
Okay.
But you understand from our Acharya's perspective, I'm saying that they are Sahajiyas. They are prematurely jumping up in the ladder.
Okay. Yeah.
They cannot even behave like a human, and they're behaving like a gopi, for example. What to speak of a devotee? They're not
Yeah.
even behaving properly like. I've heard in Amog Leela Prabhu's lecture, and you can all hear this all on internet, how Sahajiyas live their personal life. I was shocked to hear. I was shocked to hear what Amog Leela Prabhu explained. He's giving a class on NOD, I can't remember the name, but his class is on NOD. He's giving class in Vrindavan. I was shocked to hear about Sahajiyas. Now, again, we should not think there's someone outside. We can also be Sahajiya. We may think I'm a great advanced devotee, actually, not behaving like a gopi or something, but if you may have Sahajiya tendency within you. So we have to be careful, not that we are talking as a particular group of people here. We can also be a part. The tendency can be a part in our nature. I may feel I'm great, I'm the best in whatever field. So that is Sahajiya tendency. I'm not. I am just beginning my devotion life. By devotees' mercy, I'm able to associate with them. That's a great opportunity. Anyway, let's stop here. It's 9:06. Sundar Gopal Prabhuji, anything from your side?